Today we have a really special guest with us who is an All India rank 6 in NEET MDS. Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Dental Rockstar podcast. Meet Dr. Navnita Mishra. She completed her BDS from GDC Ballari. Then she secured an All India rank of 6 in NEET MDS in 2019 and finished her post-graduation in orthodontics from GDC Calicut. After that, she also worked as a senior resident in Department of Orthodontics in GDC Thrissur. She has shared so many tips for all the NEET MDS aspirants, and this is an interview that you cannot miss. Hi, Dr. Navnita. So nice to have you here. So, can you tell us a little bit about your NEET MDS preparation? Can you give us a walkthrough and what motivated you in this journey?
Okay, actually, my NEET MDS preparation, I had started in my internship only. But that time I had no idea how the exam goes and what is the competition. I just knew that there are these subjects are there. The final year, we have read these subjects from first year to final year. So I was like, okay, maybe I can just give the exam and it'll be a cakewalk. It was not like that. And I was kind of underconfident, underprepared, and I still thought, okay, I'll give it a try. And at that time, I could get a rank of around 2003. So I thought maybe if I give it with a better preparation, I maybe go for a guided approach. Maybe if I join a coaching or if I'm guided and motivated well, then maybe I can do it better job. So I thought I'll prepare for it one more year. I'll give it one more try with full preparation, and then I will see what happens. And that's why I joined the coaching, where I was guided very well by my mentors, and then I could finish the syllabus also in time. And finally, I secured a rank of 6 in the 2019 MDS examination. So this is how my journey went.
Wow, so that was like a lot of dedication and patience that is required to come from like 2000s to a single digit rank. So your hats off to your dedication. So, Dr. Navnita, can you tell us what materials did you use or resources did you use for studying, and what really helped you? What would you advise the students to study from?
Initially, like I said, I was preparing during my internship also. That time I just read from the Dental Pulse. And because I started quite late during that time, I could not finish even Dental Pulse completely. So what happened next time when I started preparing with the full, I had all the study materials in my hand. So at that time, I read Dental Pulse quite a lot of times. I revised it multiple times. I gave a lot of mock tests and previous year questions from Neeraj Vadwan, and as well as dentist. Some subjects I studied from that also. But the basic was Dental Pulse only, basic core of the preparation.
Right, right. Even I agree to this thing. People keep running around multiple books. Like, let me buy this book. Let me get this test series. So all of it really gets the students in a confused state. I think it's better if they stick to the basic books. And I think this is what all the top rankers have been doing. And this is your strategy. So I think anybody who has a doubt right now that what book should I study, they have the answer right now. So how did you manage your time between studying, between giving mock exams and doing your revisions? I mean, what was your strategy here?
Actually, when I started preparing, from the beginning itself, I divided my day into studying fresh subjects, as well as each day I had a dedicated time slot for my mock test. So mock test I was giving daily, and I was revising the subjects in the given slot. So what I did was I divided my day into three equal parts initially, which was reading new subjects, giving the mock test, and then going for the revisions. And once I kept on increasing my revision time, once the time went on closer to the exam date. So like if I started with revisions of 1 hour per day in the beginning, towards the end, I could stretch it to maybe 2 to 3 hours per day. And I made a time schedule, I made it, and I divided my day into I gave time to everything, like to studies, to mock tests, to revisions, as well as my daily activities also. I did not ignore all those activities. I did not ignore any extracurricular activities if I wanted to. I gave time slots to everything, and that is how I can manage the time.
All right. It's so impressive to see how you balanced your day in a way that, it includes all the things. And you had such a great clarity on how to divide your day, that is through revisions or when you want to do mock exams. So I think the advice for the students here as a takeaway from this is just have a schedule and stick to it. And
Right.
yeah, and also don't miss out on your the things that you love. I mean,
Yes.
what was that that you did in your free time? I mean, your favorite hobbies or something?
Usually, initially it was like the same thing, Instagram, Facebook, and all that. But later, in these platforms also, I switched to more of study mode. And then I went through there are a lot of pages which provide you with this question answers. And also in my free time also, I used to watch Facebook and Instagram, but to solve the questions. So my focus changed from doing it as a pastime to a focus study kind of thing. So that's how I used it.
Oh, nice. I mean, you completely use your time, even your free time, you strategically, put it in a way that it benefits you. So this is like a really great tip. And I think now the people in their free time, they will watch this video and then take away tips from what to do. So this is how the cycle works, I guess.
Yes, yes, definitely. I think one person inspires the other person, and that is how the cycle goes on. And together we can bring up a lot of people together in a higher place.
Definitely. Definitely. I just love this positivity in you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So before you move to the next question, just take some time out to hit the subscribe button because you don't want to miss out on any updates on NEET MDS, right? Back to the interview now. So, doctor, how did you stay focused in your journey throughout? I mean, you also took a drop. So, it was a journey of 2 years. So, how did you stay focused and did you face any setbacks or challenges? And how did you overcome them?
Yeah, so actually, what happened is during my internship when I was preparing, I just gave like 2 to 3 months of preparation time and I gave my exams. So there was not much that I did study at that time. And by the time the results came in and everything, and I decided to give one more chance, already 6 months had passed by that time. So for the next exam, I barely had around 6 to 7 months of time, and I joined the coaching also very late. So the challenge which I faced at that time was that when I joined the coaching class, everybody seemed to be ahead of me, and it was very overwhelming to see. People are already so many. Like first of all, to see so many people in the competition, and then to see that they're already ahead of you, it just kinds of pulls you down, and you don't know how to go forward, what to do, how to cover everything. So that was the major challenge which I faced at that time. But I gave time to new subjects which are going on in the coaching, as well as previous subjects which I had left. Those subjects also I used to cover. And then slowly, it took some time. And around 1 or 2 months, I could catch up with the rest of the class. So together, we were moving ahead. And then with revision of the current session as well as previous sessions, I could manage to give some mock tests, and then they helped me in moving forward and knowing my weakness and strengths. That is how I carried forward. And about distractions, like I said earlier, I was not of the opinion that we should completely ignore our distractions. We can just give them a time slot, and they work as a reward system also. Like we have cheat meals for fasting, like that way. So we can use social media also, like Instagram, Facebook, and or YouTube for educational purposes as well. So initially, I used to use it for leisure, and later I changed to solving questions even on these platforms. So even my leisure time was getting utilized into solving questions. That is how I avoided major distractions, is what I would say.
Okay, that is great. Again, like how you've planned everything and you had a clear vision from the beginning. And I'm sure it was very overwhelming, to see people already being ahead of you and, you're just trying to catch up. I mean, that is the most difficult position one finds themselves in during this prep time. But it takes a lot of courage to catch up with others and, to have that hope, faith, and patience to still keep moving on. So I think this story of yours will really motivate people who are in the same position.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So, doctor, what was your take on coaching institutions? I mean, how helpful were they for you in your journey? And a lot of people ask that is it important to join coaching institution or not? Like, what is your take on that?
Yeah, so I actually joined CD's Davangere classroom course, and I was a regular student. I joined quite late for that program. Actually, it's a 1 year program, and I joined almost 6 months into the course. But I thought I'll just carry forward and see how it goes. Coaching institutes definitely helps you in a way that, first of all, you should know the competition. If you just think, okay, maybe I can do it, and you are giving your 100%, you're working hard, you're studying all the subjects, which everybody is, but you don't know the competition, that doesn't solve the purpose. So knowing what is the competition and where we stand is very important. Even if you're not taking a coaching, I feel if you give the mock test and you know where your standing is, where you rank among the other students, is important. So at least giving mock test will give you an idea of your strengths and weakness, is what I feel. Even if somebody is not affording for a coaching, or they don't want to join a coaching, they can do self study and give as many mock tests as possible to stay on track and know their position, basically.
Okay, so those are some really great tips. And I also wanted to ask on top of this that how many mock tests or mock exam did you give right before the exam, the final exam?
I've lost the count actually. I would have given a lot of mock exams, whatever, like I told you, whatever question I see on my way, like in Instagram, Facebook, anywhere, I just used to solve. And usually what happens is a lot of these questions will have differing answers. So which one is the correct answer? For that, used to go back to the subjects and read it and find the answer. But ultimately, I solved a lot of questions, a lot of mock tests. Daily, yeah, we had daily mock test, we had weekly mock test, and monthly subject-based mock test also we had. So a lot of them. I really don't have a count of those, how many I would have given.
Okay, so that explains that practice makes things perfect, and you have practiced a lot with mock exams. So I'm sure that gave you an edge in your preparation. This is something what people usually don't do. So now they know what to do, where to focus on.
Yes, yes, definitely.
Okay, so Dr. Navnita, this reminds me of one more question I really wanted to ask you. And that is, what advice do you have for droppers? Because I recently got a message from someone who had taken a drop for 2 years and he was feeling very demotivated and they were asking like, should I even continue this journey or not? So what advice do you have for someone who is in this kind of position?
So the people who have taken a drop, I feel they feel very demotivated. First of all, because of the weight of the syllabus, and they are not able to cover it. And they, many of them, they keep focusing on one particular subject or one particular topic, and just keep diving deep and deep into it. And they don't see the whole question or exam as a whole. So what I would suggest is not to dive very deep into any particular topic or subject, but to keep in mind the whole exam and all the subjects. Actually, there might be many questions which are repeated, and multiple revisions will just get them through. And for demotivation, what I would suggest is that they should keep confidence in themselves, because a NEET topper or an AIIMS topper is an AIIMS topper or a NEET topper, regardless of how many attempts they would have given. An AIIMS rank 1 is an AIIMS rank 1, regardless of whether it is a first attempt or a second attempt or a third attempt. So, if getting into a top college is your priority, you should definitely just keep on to it and just go for the aim, give your best, work hard. That's it.
Wow, that was like so perfectly articulated for someone who is going through such a phase. And I'm sure it gave them the positivity and the motivation that they need. And as you said, that there is always hope. And I really like the fact how you mentioned that AIIMS rank one will be AIIMS rank one, no matter how many times they give the exam. So this is something that will give people a kick and the motivation to, keep moving on in their journey. So, doctor, what piece of advice would you give to these students, like as a final wrap up? And what are the common mistakes that people make and how to overcome them?
Yes, the most common mistake which I have seen people doing, which I also did, was diving deep into any topic or subject and losing track of time. Basically, we need to manage a lot of subjects, 19 subjects in a year. So, a year or less than that. If we are preparing along with the internship, we'll have lesser time than that. So, managing the time is very, very important. You cannot deep dive into any subject or topic like that. If there is something completely out of syllabus, maybe you can go and give it a try. But otherwise, for common topics which are known to you, which you have studied through your BDS, you can just take it as a revision. And like revision is the key to getting a top rank in NEET, is what I feel. You need to revise what you already know. You've already studied these subjects in the 4 years of your BDS, and then you are giving the exam. These are not new subjects to you. So you need to revise what you've already read and keep revising it so that the errors are lesser. The more and more you revise, the errors become less, and you tend to make lesser of these silly mistakes. If you actually take out the papers of a topper and someone who's suppose say get a rank of around 1000 or 2000, the major difference will be in the answers which they get wrong. So the negative marking of a topper will be very less as compared to someone who's getting 1000 or 2000 rank. So to avoid that, what you need to do is revise, revise, repeat, revise. That's it. So whatever we have read in a day, we need to revise it the same day. Then next day, revise what you have read the previous day. Like this, make daily revision schedules, make weekly revision schedules, make monthly revision schedules. And as we go on into the preparation, your day should be occupied more with the revision and less with studying newer subjects. So that is the key to success, is what I feel. Revision, revision, revision.
Okay, thank you so much for telling all the points which the mistakes that people make, because even I have made the same mistakes during my time. So even I've realized over a period of time that yes, revisions are the game changer thing in the whole prep thing. Not only for NEET MDS, I think for any exam. So thank you for
Yes.
emphasizing on that. And with that, Dr. Navnita, we've come to the end of this session. And it was a really knowledgeable, insightful session for everybody, I'm sure. And the points that you've highlighted, they will really benefit all the aspirants and students. So I'm sure everybody's really happy to get the tips from All India Rank 6, something that a lot of people still dream of.
Thank you so much for inviting me to this platform. I hope my interview will help someone in need. And thank you for inviting.